Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Werther here, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This is a very basic guide or tutorial for the beginners on how to get started into the game. Just the three main steps about starting out, like this video will cover them. I'll do other videos on other aspects of the game, but this is episode 1. I find that the most important 3 steps would have to be familiarizing yourself with the controls, just understanding the maps, and keeping your weapons like loaded and understanding about reloading weapons. Other than that, I've got a whole series of this coming out, so stay tuned for more. But I thought I'd get this one out before Christmas, because I know I got Black Ops 1 for Christmas 2 years ago, and I was searching for one of these and I couldn't find one anywhere. So I'm just gonna stick to this and try and help some people out to get better at the game. So Xbox and PS3 are they're slightly different, in fact, that I believe that L1 and L2 are flipped. So, R1 and R2 as well. So L1, when I'm talking about L1, it would actually be the back L button on the Xbox controller, vice versa with the back, and the same with the R buttons. I don't actually know what they're called. And then the X button, it's all the same on the XB. X equals B, circle equals A, square equals X, and triangle equals Y. So other than that, I'll put up the differences on the screen, and I guess we can just start straight into it then. So the first thing you're gonna want to understand is that X is jump. So what you can do is you can use this to jump, I guess. Getting away from gunfire. So say that player who's down the bottom is shooting at me. Jumping is a lot quicker than just running, because with the multiplayer, you might be lagging and they can still see you here, but in actual fact you're here. So they're still shooting here and they end up killing you. So jumping, you need to get out of the way as quickly as possible. That's just quicker. It's harder for them to hit you because you're not the orthodox running. You're actually in the air. And also what you can do is you can walk over to things. See, it says press X to climb. So you push it, you climb. You can do that here as well over all the bars. Push X to climb. You can't do it on this because that's too high. There are some boxes that you can, like this one, it doesn't say it, but you can jump and it will do it anyway. Just stuff like that. So the circle button, that is crouch, which means you go down on one knee. When you're walking, you stay low. No sound is actually created when you're walking like this. You're going a lot slower than this, and definitely a lot slower than sprinting, but nobody can hear you. That's a bonus. Going prone, which is the same as prone is lying down. If you hold it down, you lie down. So if you push it once, you crouch. If you hold it down, you go prone. If you push it, then you just go up and down. So you have to hold it to go down. And then just a little bit of, I can't think of a word, like technical. If you're sprinting and you hold it, then you actually do a dive. So you don't just drop, you actually dive, which is cool. And that you can also use that to get out of cover. Like that didn't work. Hold on. You can use that to get out of cover. You go a lot quicker, just stuff like that. And to stand up quickly, you just push X. So the square button, that's reload. You can't do it if you have a full clip. Like you see down the bottom right, I have 30. That's the maximum amount of bullets this gun can take. So if I'm pushing it right now, nothing's happening. If I have 28, I push it, it fills back up to 30. The bullets down the bottom right, there's 30 in my gun. and there's 84 in my pocket which I can use. So it's good to know. And then triangle. Also with square, you can pick up weapons that are on the ground. That's not a weapon, that's bullets. I don't have anyone to show you because that's the same gun as the one I'm holding, so it won't let me use it. And yeah, I'll just grab this guy back so you can watch. So the analog sticks go, there's the left analog stick and the right analog stick. So what you can do is the left analog stick is just moving where you're walking. So I'm not changing where I'm looking, I'm always facing the same way, but I'm walking backwards, forwards, right, left. And then if you use the right analog stick, you don't move your feet, but you just move where you're looking. So I'm not actually moving in any way, so it's good to know. And then an advantage of you can actually push down the analog stick, so while you're walking, if you push it down, you start to sprint. That's the left one. The right one is knife, so if you walk over to something, you can knife it. If you walk over a person, it kills them. You can also do it to windows, so people can't actually see on the mini map. If you look down the bottom map, you can see the red dot. That's me shooting, but if you knife, I don't show up. So it's also handy to knife windows without shooting them. I'll just grab this guy back because I knifed him. So they're the two analog sticks. So the L1, L2, R1, R2. L1 is ADS, which is aim down sights. The advantages of this are, as you can see right now, all the bullets are in the same spot. Now if I don't do that and I just spray, you see how they're everywhere rather than in one spot. So ADSing has a great advantage over long distance because you can handle, you know exactly where the bullets are going. But spraying, you see I'll miss a lot of them because they just go everywhere. See how there's one over there, but if I'm ADSing, they're all there. So that's always good. It's actually a lot quicker to do this, and you can get an attachment for your gun which makes your spray, that's a spray without the ADS, it makes it a lot quicker and more accurate. Not quicker, sorry, it just makes it more accurate. So they're not everywhere, they're all like ADSing. So that's ADSing. L2 is tactical. This is my tactical here, I'll just pick it back up. That's my tactical, I put it down. This particular tactical is called a tactical insertion, which means if I die, I go exactly where this is. So if I die, I'll spawn here. And if he dies, hold on, did I get rid of his? Yes. If he dies, he'll spawn here, rather than at the other side of the map, down there. Which is why I used it, so that I wouldn't have to keep running back and forth while I'm making this video. And then the R1 button is shoot. As you can see, that's shoot. And then the R2 button is throw lethal, which is either a grenade or a claymore or a bouncing Betty. I'll go through all them in another video. And then there's the D-pad. Now the D-pad controls your kill streaks and your gun attachments. So the left button controls your gun attachments. Like there are some sights that you need to use the left button for. If you push left, then it will come up with a different sight will be put on the gun. I can't show you that now because I don't have it selected. But then up, down and right is for the kill streaks. As you can see on the right, they're all lit up, which means I've got them all because I've killed my player enough. I've killed him 13 times, as you can see. So if I push up and down, it goes up and down between the kill streaks: UAV, RCXD, and Hunter Killer. So if I pick one and then push right, it selects it. And you see how it's not yellow anymore? It's because I've used it and I have to get it again. So the Hunter Killer drone, basically what you do is you just throw it up, and then it flies away, and then it'll come down, and in like 2 or 3 seconds it'll kill him. We'll just stay with that for a bit. Hold on, here it comes. There it is. And then this is an RCXD, which is like a little car that blows up. So I'll just get him back. Yeah. So they're the kill streaks. There's way more kill streaks to choose from. I'll do a whole video on that. But for now, I think I'll just stick to the controls. Then the start button shows up. You can change your class, which is your guns. You can set these up. I'll do a whole video on it. Then you can change team, which you can't do that online. It's only because I'm on private. And in options, you can change your sensitivity, which means how fast you're looking around. So if I have it on that, it means I move that fast. If I change it to 5, I move that fast. If I change it to 14, I think is the highest, fast, which is a lot faster, as you can see, and it's a lot harder to control. Yeah. And then you can leave the game or end the game or whatever. Actually, I might put it on 12. Anyway, so they're the main controls. I'll go through what you can see on the screen right now. Top left is the map, which as you can see, as I run around, you see the map. If I shoot with the other player, it'll show up as a red dot. So that's why it's very important to keep watching your map, so you know exactly where they are at all times. So I obviously know now on the map if I'm facing that way and he shoots, I turn around, there he is. I know he's there. There's a little compass thing under that. I don't think I've ever used it ever. I wouldn't bother with it. Then below that is the scoreboard and the emblem of what team you're on. It usually would have the time on it, how long there's left in the game, but I turned off the time so I can make this video, and it would usually also have how many points you need to win, which I turned that off as well so I can make this video. And then it also comes up with winning, which means I'm winning the game right now, and down the bottom it says losing, because obviously that player is losing. Then on the right it has MTAR, which is the type of gun I'm using. I'm using the MTAR. If I switch weapons, it comes up with 5.7. That's the gun. The MTAR it's a full automatic weapon, which means if I hold it down, it comes out. A semi-automatic weapon means every time I push the button, another bullet comes out. So I have a fast trigger finger, so if I can, but it's on full auto, so I have the ability to just hold it. And then there's also 3 burst, which means every time you push it, 3 bullets comes out. But I have full auto, so I can just hold it, so I don't have to worry. The advantage of semi-auto or 3 burst is that you have more accuracy over long distance, and sometimes it's better to pick a full auto weapon, but other times it's better to use a semi-auto. So then it has the ammo under that, which means 30 in my gun, which if I shoot a couple out, I have 27 now, and 50 in my pocket, so if I reload, it becomes 47 because I put 3 from my pocket into my gun. Don't ask me how that works because he takes the whole clip off. That doesn't matter. And then just above that, it has the kill streaks. It has the 3 kill streaks, which you're allowed to select 3, and then the bar on the left is how close you are to getting it. So if I kill him, that bar will rise closer. See how it's got a lot closer now? It's at 2/3 instead of half, or whatever it was. That's because I've got more points onto my point streak, which will in turn get me a score streak. It's actually called a score streak. Okay. And then below that, if you look at the very bottom screen, because I've got them all there, there's 3 little icons. There's the 2 grenades, which is a lethal, and then there's the tactical insertion, and now they're gone because I've used them. I'm using a perk called Scavenger, which means I can get them both back, the lethals back. If I see a little package on the ground, I just got another one. But that doesn't matter. I'll go through all the perks and stuff in another video. So the second main step, so that's the first main step, was familiarizing yourself with the controls. The second main step would be knowing and understanding the maps. Basically what you need to know is where, if you're playing domination, you need to know where the flags are. So there's a flag here. I'm pretty sure that's A or C. B's here, and then the other flag is on the other side of that building. So you need to know that if you're playing domination, especially. I'll go through game modes in another video. You need to know that, well, you don't need to know that you can climb up there, but you need to know there's 2 rooms, there's a car over there. You need to know where the good spots to head glitch are, which means, I'll go through tactics in another video, but head glitching is basically only showing your head. So if another player was up there, he could only see my head and I could only see his head. That's a mannequin there. So another good place to head glitch is behind like a car or something. If you stand behind a car. The good thing about head glitching is they can only see a tiny bit of you, but you can see all of them. So I can see all of that mannequin, but if she's looking at me, it's a mannequin, so whatever. She can only see my head, so it's a lot harder to hit me, and I have a lot more chance of killing them. So if you want, you can head glitch around here, but that doesn't really work. You can climb up here. Not many people know about that. Well, they probably do now. And just stuff like that you need to know. It helps you in game. You can beat people with map knowledge rather than just the gun skills. And yeah. And the last thing you need to know is keep your weapon loaded. So say I'm going into a gunfight and I have 8 bullets. I shoot 8 bullets, I miss 8 by accident. I miss 8, I miss another few. When I reload, I'm very vulnerable.
Threat neutralized.
So it's not ideal. So if you miss 3 out of 8, you don't have many more to kill him with. So if you have a full clip, you have enough to miss, you have enough to kill him. I'd say at least just over half your clip to kill someone when you're new. I can probably live with 10 or 15 bullets, but it's very handy to have a full clip. Another tip is to cancel reload, which means you can either push sprint. See how I've started to reload? I can't actually shoot while I'm reloading. See, I'm trying to push shoot, but now I can shoot. Okay. So what you want to do is to cancel it. Is you either push sprint, which is what I'm doing there, or you can push YY, which is a bit slower. But the advantages of that is if you're crouched and you push sprint, then you stand up. But if you're crouched and you push YY, you stay down. It's just a little bit slower, that's all. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I still use sprint, and when I'm lying down, I would use YY. Unless I was fine with standing up because he's run past and I need to get up anyway to shoot. So thanks for watching the video. I will put up a few more of these, a lot more, maybe like 8 more, I don't know, more like 10, I don't know, ranging from sensitivity, how to get better, stuff like what prestiging is, all the perks, all the game modes, all the guns, I don't know, like all the score streaks, the tactics, and then I might even do one on zombies. So thanks for watching. If you're new and you enjoyed it, I encourage you to click the like so I know people are actually watching it and are enjoying it. And also, could you push the subscribe button if you want to see more of these type of videos. Subscribing basically puts all my videos in a little section called the sub box, and so you'll know every time I put up a new one, because it will be in the sub box, and you won't have to come searching for my next video or wondering where it is. And so it's free, don't have to worry about it. And I guess I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Love is